All right, we are live. I welcome you aboard. This is The Legend Speaks. This is a new platform with an opportunity for those great artists, those great legendary people to be able to express themselves in however way they feel comfortable. And in one of the areas of concern, I want to make sure that we acknowledge our great ones even while they're here. You know, they always say give the flowers to the people while they're here. I like to acknowledge some of the great founders of what we know as the Underground Railroad, you know what I'm saying? This thing that we've had put together. Um, I want you to introduce yourself. I can introduce you, but I want you to, let the people know who you are. What's your name?
First of all due respects to the Most High. Um, my name is Johanna Sahn. Um, where do I start, really?
That's it. That's
Funny
your
to
name.
say.
Who are you? That's what I'm saying. Who is Johannes on? That's what I'm saying. You start wherever you want. Give us a little bit about you.
Well, I figure I say I would come in our community at the tail end of the OGs. Um, yeah, I would say I came at the very, very, very tail end of what I would say. Let me see. Let me see. You got Princey Poor generation, and you got Yashada and them generation. That's two. Then you got the Use Out Oak and Shake Yard generation. And then I would say that's where I start coming in at the tail end of that. Uh,
Okay.
if that
All
could say,
right.
to sum it up, to give
All right.
people kind of, you know,
I understand. So if I was to ask you, when is the first time that you've played the drum?
that's funny. I honestly don't even remember.
Right.
It either would be, most likely, it would be in Hashaba in Queens. I
Mm-hmm.
would say maybe Naquava's house, but I would lean more towards Hashaba because I think we was playing more on our laps and chairs and stuff in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say Hashaba in Queens.
Okay. In
Not
Queen.
I think the second one. I gotta make that clear. It's like three, right?
Yeah.
One in Charlotte now. And I was the second one. I never was in the first one.
Okay.
First one was in the house, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, the first was in the house. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right. Oh man. So even just asking that, who was some of your teachers, coming up?
Well, as far as what teaching or drumming, or
Yeah, well, we talking about drumming, but yeah, we can start with drumming, but even we can go as far as your
well,
influential teachers.
I would say, you had obviously Cohen Levy, then he had Cohen Mikael, Cohen Malkiel, um, Cohen Pinkas. He was just still trying to be a Cohen, and that's pretty much it. Then you had the other brothers under that, but those are more like the people on the beamer. Now, as far as drumming goes, I would say you obviously Aquemiel, Zadok and Shape, but I think Zadok was more over y'all, but over him you had Don Aharon, or they call him Saw Aharon. He was managing y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely.
But y'all
Definitely.
was more like the team. And then everybody else fell under. But to be honest with you, that lineup that I just said, Zadok,
Mm-hmm.
Shea Quetmiel, um, Meku rose up out of nowhere because
Uh-huh.
Meku was actually with Coon and Otanu and Ron and Uzia and me and Shaotiel came like after all of them. But Meku was different.
Mm-hmm.
Meku was different from everybody. He was so
All right.
different that he just transcended. So
That's
I
what's up.
think, right after that, it was more, right after that, it was just Meku.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what's up.
much.
All right. So if I was to ask you, what do you think makes a good drummer?
Oh, that's a real good question. Honestly, somebody that wait for the music to build up first. And then
Mm-hmm.
as you notice the music is perfect, then you execute. Um, Not to throw any shots at a lot of younger guys, but the problem with a lot of younger guys is they are a little bit good, but they execute too quick. So when it's time for them to really execute, they run out of steam or they're not as sharp as they supposed to be because they throwing all of their good jabs in the beginning. So like him letting the beat build up, and if you think that you're a person that's nice, when that time comes, then you kill it. That's that's really what you should show. When you go off and you drum real quick and you go off and you run out of steam real quick, you look sloppy. Or you going off and the people looking for that vibe and you ain't really killing it, you look sloppy. So it's always better to play it safe and let the beat build up first.
I copy that. Uh, let the beat build up. That's what's up, man. So you know that we created our own drumming world, so to speak. A lot of people look to the Underground Railroad as something spectacular. What do you feel about the Underground Railroad?
Ha, that's funny. Um, Try to be real quick with this. I like these questions. These is good questions. In the beginning, we all stem from playing in the temple or what some people would consider the camp, place of worship. So obviously you would say like, oh, that we used to make smart statements like, yo, that train drumming, don't do that train drumming in the temple in the camp. But as time passed, the the temple drumming to me got exposed. Um, the real drummers is the people that drum on the train, unfortunately, whether we like to hear this or not. Because when you're drumming on a train, you put more on pressure, people looking at you. And when you mess up, um, you gotta kind of like pay for it because people like it's more of a real energy. You can't really
Mm,
hide from it. And when
mm,
you do mess up, you trying to really like clean it up more.
yeah.
Drumming in the temple, the camp, it's more set and staged, and pretty much the order. You know when you got to go off, and you pretty much know the beats by routine. Drumming on the train forces you to come out your comfort zone. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
difference. So
yeah.
once you come out your comfort zone, you're able to expand more as a drummer. Sometimes for some people, drumming in the camp limits their drumming skills. And unfortunately, you can actually see that with certain drummers. But
Hmm.
from the drummers that consistently go on the train, from drummers that stay in the camp. When you drum on the train, you exposed to more different stuff as drumming in the temple, the camp.
All right. So, did you ever get a chance to play any other instruments besides drums?
The trumpet, and the the drum sets, what you call them, with
The whole,
the traps,
yeah, the
trap,
traps.
and on the trumpet a little bit, but nah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and the flute.
Okay.
That's pretty
So
much it.
so did you learn how to write and read music?
Nah, not at all.
It just comes from the heart.
Yeah, I just honestly, it's like that movie Drumline.
Hmm.
I just gotta hear it and then I could play it. I
Yeah.
can't really read it.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Um, if you can answer, I know you ran into a lot of people in this business. Um, give me a famous person that you might have encountered, underground.
Um,
Or as you were performing somewhere, maybe not even so much so underground, just going to perform for somebody famous.
oh well, we did the Giants and the Jets. So we
Uh-huh.
had Giants and the Jets players. I forgot that guy name from Living Single, Kyle,
Okay,
the
whatever his
dude
name
from
is, but
Living
somebody
Single.
from Living Single. All right,
Yeah, I saw him. I saw Malik Yoba. I can't remember, and that's pretty much. I got to think about it, but I saw a few. I just they can't come to my mind right now.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Right. Yo, and if I could ask you, if you could open for anybody, like they got different groups out here. Who would you want to open for? Anybody. Who would you like to open for?
KRS-One.
Mm, that's hot. That's hot. I get it. I
I
get it.
think he could really execute our vibe, and
Mm,
we could really get the shine that we need.
I get it. I get it. Yeah. So I know in this business, people, have they ever called you a conguero?
I heard that before.
You heard that before. Yeah, that's equivalent to some of the best of the Latin percussionists that's out there. Have you studied any other Latin percussionists besides, what we do?
Uh, Giovanni.
Uh-huh.
I was just amazed with him.
Uh-huh.
Tito, a little
Okay.
bit of him, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. And having said those names, I gotta ask this question. How many drums have you played at one time? What's the most?
Maybe like six,
Mm. All right.
6 to 7, probably.
Okay. That's what's up. 6 to 7. Okay. And then I have to also ask this question. What is the most money you pay for a drum? Uh-oh, that one stuck you.
Uh, I'd say probably about 180.
Okay, that's not bad at all. That's actually good. You know what I mean? Some people like to invest in their art. They might spend like $500 on a specific type of drum or
Well,
$1,000.
well, it's funny that you say that, and I try to keep it real as possible. So unfortunately, I always been a hustler with the drumming. So I'm trying to get the lightest drum and the cheapest drum. But I
That's
do
for sure.
need to invest in I actually use my brother drums. Those are,
Mhm.
heavy drums. But I'm not I should do investment, but I'm looking for just getting cheaper stuff to run around with.
I
I'm
got
not
you.
really looking for nothing heavy.
I got you. I got you. All right. And again, this is just a synopsis of trying to get to know a little bit more about you because, most people just know what they hear about you. They don't get a chance to really chop it up with you and get to know who you are and what you're all about. So I just wanted to create this platform to just open that up so you can be able to express yourself in, just a different way. You are a person, you do go through things, you do have feelings. So this is your opportunity to be able to express yourself. I wanted to go a little bit into your past. I know that you drumming down and everything is good, but I want to know how it was when you was growing up. You know what I mean? What was your childhood like?
Oh well, it's funny that you say that. Well, when I was younger, I'd say maybe about elementary school. Yeah, elementary school. I was ashamed of drumming. Um, I was with like rough boys, rough dirty boys, and I was ashamed of drumming, and I would only do it on Shabbat. So when I would go to school, they would have like little auditorium stuff and like African stuff. So my teacher, I don't know, this teacher, he realized I could drum, so he would pull me to the side, drum a little bit. I see my friends and they would kind of laugh at me, call me African booty scratcher and stuff like that. So I was ashamed of drumming. Um, then I got a little older, maybe like after like elementary school, a little bit of junior high. I still just like really drumming at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I was just trying to be like in the streets and cool with the street people and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
to be very honest with you, to be very honest, um, I'm not an angel, but one of the main reasons I wasn't influenced to sell crack was because right around that era where I was kind of starting to get influenced and all of that, we was able to start drumming on the train.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had the influence of people selling drugs, the blessing was that the train money was the same amount of money.
Yeah,
So it was more of an easy choice for me.
I get it.
I,
I totally
I
get
didn't
it.
have a heavy influence like maybe brothers before me. It was there, but I had an easier choice because it was there. So I honestly grew up like getting drug dealer money, but I always kept a humble spirit about it.
I
And
totally
it's
get it.
like that to this day. I see most people in life, they for some reason we all want to show off. But I was spoiled with money at a younger age, and I realized just relax. But that's not easy for people nowadays. But to make a long story short, me being ashamed of drumming in the beginning, then in the future it wound up making me money for a long time in my life. So drumming is, I don't know, it looked like I froze.
Now you good.
Oh, drumming is very interesting in my life,
All right.
considering when I was younger.
That's what I said. So you had a passion for it when you first joined. How do you feel about it now?
I'm good. It seemed like I'm frozen. You good? You sure?
You good. I said that you had a passion in the beginning when you first joined. How do you feel about it now?
Oh, drumming. Drumming is always gonna be good. I think. There I go. Now I feel a lot better. Got to see myself moving. Um, honestly, uh, for me specifically, that Meku era. Um, the era that Meku came in. Meku's like when he came in, he's more like Jordan. So soon as he came in, he transitioned everything, and he's so talented that he could actually go off and
Uh-huh.
he actually could break all the rules of what I just told you. The problem is, the problem is, he's the only person that can actually do that. There's some other brothers that may come along that could kind of sneak it. I don't want to, say names, but I'm just being honest. So now to speed it up, he comes along and he's so fascinating, and everybody's just amazed at going off, going off. So what happens over the course of years, everything's about going off now. And some people are not as talented as that is going off. Then it got worse.
Mm,
Somebody go off for you, then they play the bass. They don't play the bass that good because they ain't the one on the runner. These the vibe got worse. Everything is about going off. Sometimes the beat is not strong, and people just want to go off. And I ain't throwing no jabs or nothing, but it's honest. Everybody trying to be, in my opinion, like Meckle. So it messes up the energy. And
yeah.
last but not least, when you drumming in that style, it only leaves it open for the talented. See, once you open the floor and everything's about going off, now you got to rely on your talent. And everybody, unfortunately, is not talented like that. So
Yeah.
some people gonna sound real good, even though they just jumped in there and they went off, and they could just lean on their talent. And a lot of y'all are gonna sound like y'all making noise.
Yeah.
But that's just the truth. So know your lane and where you at. And like I said, a nice little cheat code. Wait till the beat build up first, and
Uh-huh.
then start going off.
That's right. That's right. That's definitely right. Yo, so I want to thank you first of all for taking this time out to even answer some of these questions, I want to thank all the listeners for playing a part in this journey. Um this is live and direct. I just want you to know we live. This is uncut and this is raw. So it's however you feel. Like I said again, I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to touch the surface of letting people know who you are. We are going to have a Drummers Chronicle where we're going to go more and more in depth of, our history as from 97, 98, 99, just coming to that. What year did you start drumming? And I mean,
Uh,
as far as going on the train, what year was that?
Honestly, that's a good question. I can't. Maybe in the '90s. I
I
can't remember.
I know
I
it
can't
was in the
recall.
90s. What grade was you in, or what was you doing during that time? I know you was in school. I know it was summerish towards August-ish. um, but yeah,
I would say
so
maybe the ninth grade, maybe,
I'm not sure. As I
or
said,
maybe
we
earlier
all
than that.
we all recollecting our information because it was so long ago. So when we put all of our stories together, I guess we'll figure it out.
I
Yeah,
got a, I got a, I got a, I got a question for you. You can see me, and it's froze up again.
I can see you. Yeah.
All right, just a quick one for you. Not too deep in detail. I know you're gonna say you're trying to hold this one, but um, one of the things I do recall before we started having our vibe and our fame was us going to the Apollo when y'all had did y'all thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know what was that experience like? Because I remember we had to scream real loud in the audience to make y'all win. But before that, Apollo was a thing because people get booed off of stage and stuff. So
Yeah.
me being young, and we used to watch it on TV. So that even to this day, even us playing for the Jets and the Giants, for me personally, as a young guy with this drummer energy, the Apollo shows, I think y'all did it more than once,
Yeah.
right?
Three times. Three
Those are
times.
always what have the biggest effect, I think, in drumming, period. I don't, for some reason, to me, maybe nothing would transcend that. But just tell me about how that feeling was as far as, what they call him, Saul Aharon now. He was your manager and all that.
Yeah.
What was
All
that
right.
feeling like?
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna save that for the podcast. But I'm gonna answer your question because that was an exciting moment for us. That was the reason, or part of the reason, we was able to go to the African Street Festival, which we, if you remember, we killed that stage 3 years in a row. That was part of the reason we got a record contract and we met so many celebrities. Um, like you said, it was a different genre. So drums on the Apollo wasn't really that whole thing. So when
Yeah.
we came with a whole crew, we knew we had to come with something that would shock the world because they already had African drummers. There's already other types of drummers, so you can't just come and play drums. So we actually got, like you just said, Adon Aharon got together. Don Yatniel was involved. They had
Oh,
our
I never
uniform.
knew that. Okay.
Yeah, they had our uniforms made. Ima Katora was involved. We all had our uniforms made, the first green uniforms, and our routine was so tight from every drum being accurate to the sound to precision that crowd went so crazy that they said, listen, they had to win first place. The second time we came back, we tore it up again, and they said they had to win first place. The third time we came back, they said, I can't let them do this to us. And they said, we're going to give them, that's how we got it. We're going to give them a record deal. We're going to give them this. We're going to give them that. But we got to let somebody else come. And I think it was Olali Rock. It was some name. I forgot. But we was able to shake the building 3 consecutive times on 125th Street. And then we was able from there to go to the African Street Festival, which was at Boys and Girls High School in the beginning before it went downtown. And I mean, we tore that stage up. They wanted us to come back and perform for them when we was on the side in the tracks. So again, these are some of the monumental moments that we had together because we couldn't have did it by ourselves. This was all of us together. I mean, the cowbells, the shaker rays, the timbales, the congas, everything was out there. Right, that's it. But I'm gonna save that rest of that story for the podcast. You know what I mean? We're going to get a little more chopped up about what happened in Apollo and us having to touch that wooden what's that? You know that wooden thing? What's that wooden thing you gotta touch? The good luck charm?
The pause now. You say it's pause now.
Yeah.
That's what we say
All right,
now.
all
We
right.
say pause.
Okay. But yeah, I wanted to just make sure, like I said, I touched base with you. I'm in, and like I told the brother last night, Coom, who did a sensational interview. I believe in the power of energy in your hands. You know what I mean? And in saying that, I know that you have done some remarkable things with your hands. You know what I mean? You're very talented. Um, I've seen you, you know what I mean, do incredible things. You know what I'm saying? I know you breaking up right now, so listen, I'm gonna just thank the listeners. I'm gonna thank
The
everybody
good
for coming out.
luck charm. Whoa.
Yeah, you breaking up right now. So I'm just gonna give a recap, you know what I mean, of what happened. You know, this is Johannes Sahn, the legend, you know what I mean, one of the founders of the Underground Railroad.
Oh, what
You know
happened?
what I
Oh, all
mean?
right. Let's get used to this.
Yeah, you was breaking up. But before you go, if it's something that you want to leave with your audience,
It's crazy. What kind of audience do we actually have?
no, you're gonna have. Believe me, the world sees this. Not right now. I'm not. This is pre-recorded, so it'll come out after. But what message you want to leave for your audience is up to you. You actually breaking up right now. Your reception is not coming in. I see your smile, man. I see you smiling, man. But you ready? You gonna leave us with something?
um,
I guess that's it, fellas. All right, thank you all for listening to Let a Legend Speak. You know what I mean? Second edition. Hope you stay tuned for the next and upcoming edition. We moving. Time travel. Peace.